Hey, what up everyone? I'm Sinnycool and this is Gems of War. And today I want to go over the top 5 win buttons in Gems of War. The longer this game has been out, the more they put in more and more powerful troops, and the less you have to really think or do anything. You just push a button and win. Now, this is a little bit of hyperbole, it's not exactly that, but it's very close these days. So I want to go over the top 5 win buttons in the game right now as of April 2025. We'll start with number 5, which is the least win button-ish of them all, but still pretty win button-ish. So let's get to it. Let me go to A to Z and go down to our first one, which is High King Irongut. I think is a win button in the game. And he's number 5, so he's the least win button-ish of them all. But if you take him into the delves, into the underworld, see, I'm going to do this in a way where there's one for each section of the game. So there's pretty much a win button for every part of the game. So High King Irongut is your win button for the underworld, for the delves. He can be your high-level team, he can be your deathless team. He does deathless like 99% of the time, like almost always gets it done. The reason why is because in the underworld you can up your horde level and get more stats, and you can just keep going up and up and up and up to infinity pretty much, as long as you have the gold and the treasure and all that. So he bases his devour off of his attack, so eventually you get a 100% chance to devour. If you pair this with the curse option, maybe just to make sure you can devour, you don't even need it though, because you can just devour the things that can be devoured, and then he devours everything. He gets their armor, their HP, their attack, all that, their magic, all of it. So in a harder and harder delve, he's just getting more and more stats, and he's pretty much unkillable. So all you got to do is devour a couple things on their team, and now your attack is through the roof. You combine it with something like Zul'Goth or Wand of Stars or something like that. It's very, very good, and you almost never die in the underworld. So just up your horde level until your attack is 100 on your High King Irongut, and then it's an instant devour as long as they can be devoured. And there's ways to make things in the game devourable. Bane of Mercy, Wand of Stars, Miraji Queen, Vashtagon. So there's many ways to do that. That's why it's the least win button-ish, because you might need a couple other things to go with it, but really you don't. I could probably solo some of the delves with this guy. So get a Devour 2, make some giant, huge, unkillable, and then you can do level 500 Deathless with it. So I'd say High King Irongut is a type of a win button in the game. The way you get it is he is a Zacian troop, so you're either going to get it through, like the smart ways to get it is to save up diamonds, wait for him to come through the Soul Forge and craft him, or you wait for a Zacian week, you save up your event keys, and then he will be one of the only mythics in the drop table, in the event key drop table. There's a couple in there, and you hope for High King Irongut, but it's like a smaller drop table. It's way easier than throwing glory keys, gem keys, guild seals. But that's the other way too. You could throw glory keys, gem keys, guild seals, and just hope and pray that you get, you know, the 1 out of the 100 chance to get them. But that's the ways you get them, and that's what he is a win button for. Let's go on to number 4. The 4th biggest win button in the game, I would say, is a weapon, and it is the Wand of Stars. So Wand of Stars is your mana generating win button. If you need to generate any kind of mana, you can just use this thing. Usually want to pick the first option, create 6 elemental stars, and a lot of the time that's going to give you an extra turn and just fill your whole team. It also can curse all enemies or bless all allies. And then it's also got the 7 umbral stars if you need those, yellow and purple. So if you need any kind of mana generation, get the Wand of Stars. And you can use it a lot of the time too, because it's every single color. So if there's a color restriction, you can always use it. If it's an event where the weapon isn't restricted, you can always use it. So a lot of the time you can use this weapon, and it's not restricted. So, and it'll fill your whole team, curse the whole enemy team, or bless your whole all your allies. So I think it's a win button in the game. You just push this a couple times, and your whole team's filled, and you win. That happens every time I'm making a video. That's crazy. You guys notice that? I get a phone call. But yeah, the way you get this one is you have to make it in the Soul Forge. So you go to the Soul Forge. Get out of here. You go to the Soul Forge, and you go to Weapons, and you have to get a tarot card from the Vault. Right now is the Vault event. I was going to make a Vault event video, but I already made so many, and there's only so much you can say about it. So if you need the vault event, just go check out my channel and just type in Gems of War, Sinnycool, vault event or something. If you're looking for the vault. But Wand of Stars, you need the Lovers, which is a tarot card. You're gonna have to do a lot of vault event, get a lot of vault keys, go open the vault keys, and hope that you get the Lovers, which are in the drop table as tarot cards. You know, when you kill Cedric. So. But yeah, awesome win button, mana generator, curse option, bless option, gets extra turns. Like sometimes on PvP, you'll be facing. They had to. This will tell you that it's a win button. They had to take it out of PvP off of the defense teams, off the enemy's team, because it was winning too much. It would loop, 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 and you would never get a turn. And it would just be the Wand of Stars show on the enemy team. So that shows you right there that it is a win button. The devs had to nerf it and take it off the enemy teams in PvP. So that'd be number 4 for me, the Wand of Stars. Do that vault event, get those vault keys, open them up, and hope for the Lovers. Alright, so number 3, I would say, is probably another weapon. Let's go take a look. What other weapon would be a win button, y'all? The Ruby weapon. So if you need damage from your weapon, then you always pick the Ruby weapon if you have it. If you're able to use the Ruby weapon and you need damage from a weapon, you're always picking the Ruby weapon. It deals true damage to all enemies, then creates 3 booty gems and explodes 5 gems. So a lot of the time it'll just wipe everything in one shot. You don't need to do anything else. Sometimes if it doesn't do that, it'll blow up a lot of the board and get itself back up and you cast it again. Like I was using it in the Journey event this week. You can use it with triple Ember Claw and it just gets up so easy. Triple Kafru or triple Takshaka, it gets up so easy. And then you just cast it. It gets itself back up, you cast it. Gets itself back up, you cast it. It's pretty much all you need. You could solo stuff with this. Just like the High King Irongut, you could solo stuff with this. So, yeah, I think the Ruby weapon is a win button. It's a little bit harder to get, but once you get it, you're not going to use anything else if it's available and you need damage. There are some events where the restriction is horrible, like class events and, you know, just crazy restrictions where it's like a kingdom and a typing that are both bad. But you have your weapons are unrestricted. That's when you would use the Ruby weapon. So it does have a use and it is a win button somewhere. So it'd be in those cases like class events and stuff like that. The Ruby weapon, just pick it every time. Do like a mana, like use one of its mana colors and, you know, use troops that have traits that boost one of the mana colors and just use 3 of those and it gets up so easy and you cast it and you win. It's a win button. True damage is awesome, especially hitting all enemies, especially when you can regenerate your own mana like that. Like, it's amazing. The way you get that one is in the Soul Forge as well. And you have to collect a bunch of weapons, which will come through when their kingdom comes through. Like, I think we have one this week. So the Ruby weapon, you need 3 weapons. I think it's the Dread Arquebus, the Lodestar, and the Dread Cutlass. So you have to pay attention for when those weapons are in the Soul Forge. Like, right now, I think the Lodestar is here. Somewhere. Maybe it was last week. I thought it was, or maybe it was last week. So hopefully... Oh, there it is. So the Lodestar is one of the weapons you need to make the Ruby weapon. And if you don't get it this week, it's going to be 38 weeks before it pops back up. Because that's how the game works. Every week is a kingdom. They run through all the kingdoms. And then and you won't see this kingdom again until they run through every other kingdom. So... you got to get it this week if you want the Ruby weapon one of these days. And there's 2 other weapons as well. Can't remember where they're from, but just look up Dread Arquebus and Dread Cutlass, and that'll tell you when those weapons are coming too. So that was a pay weapon at first, and then free-to-play got it later once all the weapons went through the Soul Forge, and I have it, so it's definitely possible that you would have it too. So the Ruby weapon is definitely a win button. Anytime you need a weapon for damage, you're going to use it. There's nothing better than it. So, and it just wipes stuff out and gets itself back up. So doesn't need anybody else really. Anything else is just complementary and supplementary and helping it out. But you could probably solo stuff just with the Ruby weapon in the class. Alright, number 2 on the list would be... Alright, let's go to A to Z because I think it's closer to that. And for your everything for all your farming, for all your gold farming, for all your vault key farming, for all your soul farming, for every farming, all the farming in the game, you use Ironhawk. Ironhawk's the best thing you could use in the game for farming. Everything. pretty much, except for maybe like gold marks. But there's things that you can get with Ironhawk that'll help you get gold marks easier and stuff like that. So pretty much everything in the game can be, you know, gotten through having Ironhawks and doing the Ironhawk, you know, doing the vault event with Ironhawk. So Ironhawk's thing is farming, resource farming, vault events. You press one button, it blows away all the enemies on Explore 1, and that's the fastest way to get verses. That's the fastest way to get vault keys. So that's the best thing in the game. It's the fastest thing in the entire game all the time, because you push one button, there's not a bunch of explosions or anything if you're doing it right, and you kill Explorer 1. It's the best thing for Explorer 1, the best thing for vault keys, the best thing for verses, and all those things together are the best thing for farming keys, gold, souls. I did a live stream recently where I opened some epic vault keys, and I got like 2 million gold in like a couple minutes. So there's no other team that's better at gold farming than Ironhawk if you're doing it right. If you're sitting there in Explore 1, this will be your vault refresher right here. Use Ironhawks. You know, if you're doing verse hunting, you're going to use Dust Devil Triple Ironhawk on Explore 1 in a kingdom that doesn't have extra stats or anything like that. Usually Sinner Mirage or Wild Plains. Just look at what has extra stats this week and go find a kingdom that doesn't have those things. And then when you're doing your gaps, you're going to be doing, you know, Dust Devil, Ironhawk, Sister Superior. And use Sister Superior because she has no explosions, but there's Greed as well, but Greed has a little explosion. People do other things, but there's an explosion every fight. They think it's faster, but it's not. So Ironhawk doesn't have an explosion every fight. It's faster. It'll get you more vault keys, get you more verses. It's the win button for resources, for every resource in the game. So the way you get Ironhawk is the same way you get High King Irongut, except for Adana. So you're going to want to save up diamonds. You're going to want to save up event keys. Eventually it will come through the Soul Forge. It has to happen. So if you save up 4,000, 8,000, 12,000 diamonds, you will get Ironhawk as long as you have patience, because it has to go through there. If you save up event keys, like thousands of event keys, I prefer that you would save up at least like 5,000, 6,000 plus event keys. Then you can get Ironhawk through the Adana week. When Adana comes, that'll be the week to throw your event keys, because that's how it works. Because the only troops you can get during an Adana week is Adana troops and the event key drop table. So the two smartest ways to get Ironhawk are through event keys during an Adana week, or saving up diamonds and waiting for it to come through the Soul Forge. Same thing with High King Irongut, though. You could randomly get it from glory keys, gem keys, guild seals, VIP keys, but it's so random. It's like a 1 in 100 chance on top of a 1 in 100 chance. So smarter people will do, so to save up the diamonds, save up the event keys thing. You should do both, because you don't know when Adana's coming. I mean, you can look it up, but you might as well do both, because you never know if you'll have enough by the time it pops up in the Soul Forge. So save up diamonds and event keys is a smart thing to do until you get 2-3 Ironhawks. So that was number 2 win button in the game. Alright, the number 1 win button in the game, y'all probably know what it is since I haven't said it yet. But this one's kind of like a co-captains, but we got Chrysantherax / Stellarix, because they're both super powerful. It's crazy. They're so powerful. All you do is push the button and win. It's a win button for a lot of stuff in the game. You can do, I think Explore 12 now can be pretty much one-shotted with the right team with this troop. But anything you're doing in the game, like I use this for adventure board, for pet rescues, for, you know, dungeon, for delves, when I'm just trying to hurry up through them. Like, I use this for a lot of stuff, because it wipes everything out in one shot, and just like the ruby weapon, it gets itself back up. It blows up a bunch of skulls, and gets itself back up a lot of the time. I think Stellarix is a little bit better at, like, getting itself back up, so that's why I wanted to add Stellarix as well. But, Chrysantherax for farming PvP, for farming gold marks and stuff like that, just pick the easiest fight. Brrr, they're all dead. You know, if you're doing Explore for some reason, brrr, they're all dead. Pet rescues, dungeons, you know, anything in the game that, you know, delves, brrr, they're all dead. Super easy, once you get it. Now, the win button part means, like, it's just, like, brainless. You just push a button. But there is some, like, you do have to have some brain power to get it, I guess. You know, you have to save up and know what to do to get it. So to get Chrysantherax, you're going to have to open eggs, the floral eggs, in the Soul Forge. It's the new one, so it's a little bit harder to get. Once it's been in there for a while, you know, they'll do the same thing they did with the Stellarix and the Diamantina, and they'll add one of the dragons here that you can craft in case you're missing just one dragon. You keep opening eggs and opening eggs, and you keep getting duplicates, and you're looking for one dragon. Well, you save up 2,000 Dragonite, you wait for it to come in here, and then you can stop opening eggs, you know? But yeah, to get Chrysantherax, you have to open the floral eggs, which wherever they are. Is it in other? I haven't opened an egg in a while. I think it's in troops. I haven't opened an egg. I opened on the first day and got it. So free to play. I saw some people on the forums like talking about dragon. I got it on the first day as a free to play, but floral dragon eggs right here. You open these, you'll get a random dragon, 1 of 6. And then once you get all 6, you have to make a couple weapons. It is kind of convoluted, but you have to go over here and make some weapons. The Siege Striker, you need the yellow, the green, and the red, it looks like. So you need those 3 dragons to make this weapon. And then you need those 3 dragons to make this weapon. And then you take those 2 weapons to make this weapon. And then you can take this weapon and make Chrysantherax right here. So that's how it goes. You know, first thing you're going to do is get a bunch of Dragonite. Second thing you're going to do is open floral eggs. You're going to wait till you have all 6 of them. And then you're going to make the weapons. And then you're going to combine the weapons into the other weapon. And then you're going to make the Chrysantherax. So that's how you do... how you get Chrysantherax. Same thing with Stellarix, except for you open the Cosmic Eggs. But you have to get the 2 weapons, combine the weapons, make the weapon, do Stellarix. Same thing there. But those are definitely a win button. You push one button and you win. They get themselves back up. They could probably solo stuff if you really needed them to. The only problem is they have really high mana costs, so they kind of do need other people on their team just to get them going. But once they get going, it's a win button for sure. Lots of stuff in the game just destroyed by these things. So, yeah, I know it's like one of those deals where, you know, you don't have it yet, but there's a win button in the game, and you just have to get it. And eventually that's all you're going to use. That's what I'm trying to say here. In this game, once you get to the end game, you're using 5 things, and that's it. You know, you're using Chrysantherax, you're using the Ruby Weapon, you're using the Wand of Stars, you're using Ironhawk, you're using High King Irongut. That's it. That's all you need. You know, there might be some supplementary, complementary troops like Zul'Goth or Pharaoh Khafre, or Takshaka and stuff like that, but, you know, the main characters, the win buttons, are the 5 that I mentioned, and that's pretty much everything in the game. You know, High King Ironguts for delves, Ruby Weapons for events where it's a small restriction, but you can use any weapon. You know, Wand of Stars for mana generation, cursing, and blessing. The Ironhawk is for resource farming, vault events, and then you got Chrysantherax for everything else, just to blow everything away in one shot and get itself back up. So, yeah, it's kind of like making YouTube not as easy to do, because once people get towards the end of the game, they know that. They know this. They know, okay, there's these 5 things. If I can use it, I'm going to use it. Why would you not use the wand if you need mana generation? Why would you not use the Ruby Weapon if you need a weapon to do damage? Why would you not use Chrysantherax or Stellarix if it's available to do damage to all the enemies? You know what I mean? So, why would you not use Ironhawk for resource farming if you have it? Why? Just to make a weird team and have fun? I guess. I mean, it's a video game, but eventually, it's the fastest thing to do is to use one of those 5 things. Let me know what your win buttons are in the comments, or let me know what you think about this video. Good luck on the vault event. I should be streaming on Sunday. We'll see. Pretty sure I will. But, yeah, let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe, consider joining. It helps a lot. Tell your good about the channel, comment below. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.